to end the skid at 8. Stay tuned. The good times are coming at the ballpark. It's the Astros and Diamondbacks next on Fox Sports Houston. Live from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, Fox Sports Houston brings you Houston Astros baseball. Tonight, it's Game 3 of this 4-game series, and the Astros meet the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. Good evening, everybody. Bill Brown and Jim DeShays. The Astros trying by hook or by crook to snap this 8-game losing streak. They need to start by scoring a run, at least.
Yeah, I feel like Charlie Brown's teacher. You know, wah, 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 wah. Every night it seems to be the same old story here. The Astros just cannot get any offense. The middle of the order continues to struggle. Maybe tonight will be the night they break out.
Our Jaguar key matchup will show you the important ingredients of this pitching matchup, brought to you by the 2011 Jaguar XJ.
Well, Rodrigo Lopez, the veteran, is 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA for the Diamondbacks. The Astros haven't seen him in a couple of years. Brett Myers has been solid, if not spectacular, this year. At least 6 innings in all of his starts. So he's been quite good.
The Astros got excellent starting pitching last night, but lost 1-0. Now tonight, Michael Bourne tries to get it revved up again. He's been running the last couple of weeks very effectively. Bourne and the Astros hope to create a buzz on the bases and get run support for Myers next. The 2010 F-150 by Jack in the Box, by the Progressive Insurance Group, and by Southwest Airlines. On another warm evening, and it will be beautiful, even more beautiful as the evening progresses here in downtown Houston. It's Game 3 of this series. Brett Myers getting ready as Arizona and Houston meet for the third time in this 4-game set. And here's the lineup card for A.J. Hinch, the Arizona manager. Kelly Johnson, the player of the month in April in the National League, is the leadoff man and second baseman. It's Stephen Drew at shortstop. Justin Upton hit a long home run to center field last night. He's in right field. Mark Reynolds at third base. Adam LaRoche at first. Chris Young center field. Gerardo Parra left field. Chris Snyder catcher. Rodrigo Lopez pitcher. And the first pitch is hit toward right center field. Hunter Pence moving over, makes a running catch on Kelly Johnson, who got a 6-game hitting streak into this one tonight, and Myers needed only one pitch to get him.
Look at the last 3 outings for Brett Myers. Solid work in all 3 of those. He's pitched 6 innings or more in all of his starts so far this year. He's 1-2 with an ERA of 3.82 through 5 starts in an Astros uniform.
He faces Stephen Drew next, the 27-year-old shortstop from Georgia who went to Florida State. And he takes ball 1. Drew begins the night at 277. He has 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. He's 1 for 8 in this series. And Myers throws ball 2 to go to a 2-ball no strike count. In Myers' career, he's 2-2 against Arizona. His career ERA is 4.22 against the D-backs.
Did not face them last year. Made 1 start against them in 2008. So most of their hitters do not have much of a book on them. Kelly Johnson, who played for the Braves in the same division with Myers when he was a Philly, has a number of at-bats. And the same with Adel LaRoche.
Drew fouls one away. And this high-powered Arizona offense still in gear, leading the league in runs scored and total bases and doubles. And in slugging percentage for A.J. Hinch, 154 runs scored in 27 games for Arizona. Grounded to the right side. Matsui on the grass, throwing to Berkman. 2 outs.
Good play there by Matsui. Here are the rest of the Astros. Lee, Bourne, and Pence cover the outfield. Infield of Feliz, Manzella, Matsui, and Berkman. And Johnny New Guy, Kevin Cash, fresh up from the minor leagues, does the catching. He's not a youngster. He's 32 years of age. He's spent. Well, he's kind of like the American League journeyman. American League East journeyman. He's a Yankee, a Ray, a Red Sox, a Blue Jay.
Here's the guy who belted one to straightaway center for the only run of the game last night. Justin Upton taking ball 1. He is 2 for 8 in this series. 226, 5 homers, 15 driven in for Upton. Good breaker for Myers. Makes the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
He relies heavily on his breaking pitches, sliders, and curveballs. Got a good run on his fastball tonight, though, so we may see a little more of that, especially with the left-handed hitters.
2-1 to Upton, who has enormous strength as a hitter. That was the 10th longest home run in the history of Minute Maid Park. When he crushed that ball over the center field wall last night in the 3rd inning. Roll to shortstop. Manzella takes care of out number 3, and a 1-2-3 first for Myers. Rodrigo Lopez heads for the mound on Cinco de Mayo next. Tonight for the former University of Arizona player Brad Mills. Michael Bourne in center field, followed by Kazuo Matsui at second base. Carlos Lee's the left fielder with Lance Berkman at first base. Hunter Pence plays right field. The third baseman is Pedro Feliz. Tommy Manzella, man shortstop. With Kevin Cash making his National League debut at catcher, and Brett Myers is on the mound. Against Rodrigo Lopez, the 34-year-old veteran from Mexico. And he delivers strike one to Michael Bourne. A 326 hitter with no homers. 2 runs batted in for Michael. Michael lays off that offering, and it's 1-1. Lopez brings a good assortment of stuff to the mound.
Yeah, he's not a power guy, not a real hard thrower, but he's got good breaking stuff. Pretty good control.
There's a shot to third. Reynolds comes up with it and throws out Bourne. That was right on Reynolds in a flash.
Lopez, 34 years of age now. As you look at his last 3 outings, Friday at Chicago, just 2 earned runs. He allowed 6 total, I believe. And no decisions the previous 2 against Philadelphia and St. Louis.
Kazuo Matsui at 209 has 1 RBI. Came off the bench last night and delivered a hit. He takes strike 1. He was a pinch hitter in the 7th inning against the winning pitcher Ian Kennedy last night. It really pitched a fine game for Arizona. Matsui puts one in the air. The left fielder coming over. Parra toward the corner. 2 outs for Lopez.
Ball should carry well here tonight. Wind blowing out pretty good in the left field. Last night, the outfield for the Diamondbacks made a couple of spectacular plays. Young and Parra the game ender. Infield with Reynolds and Drew, Johnson and LaRoche, and Chris Snyder back behind the plate. So A.J. Hitch, won the first 2 games of this series, is playing a pat hand. There's that breeze.
A welcome breeze after an extremely warm afternoon. Carlos Lee would love to get one up into that breeze. There's strike 1 to him. A 198 hitter with no homers, 6 runs batted in, trying to crack the 200 batting average for the first time since he was 2 for 8 for a 250 average to open the season.
Astros saw Lopez in interleague play when he was an Oriole in 05, and then as a Rocky in 2007. Have not faced him since because of their time together in the AL. Carlos has a few at bats off of him. 2 for 13.
Carlos has gone 40 games without a homer now. That's the second longest homerless streak of his career. Jeff Blum.
That's a bottom of the first rally cap right there.
Breaking it out early tonight.
Yeah.
2-2 the count. Back in '99, Carlos went 43 games without a homer. This is his second longest homerless streak. And the Astros as a team, as the count goes to 3-2, they have not homered in 175 at bats now since Hunter Pence connected Thursday against Cincinnati. They've hit only 9 bombs all year.
We're going to get 2 tonight.
Off the mask of Chris Snyder. Well, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm coming out strong with it, Brownie. I'm looking at that wind blowing. That was a pretty hittable fastball right there. Lopez delivery reminds me a little bit of Greg Maddux. We're talking about Kennedy last night, emulating Maddux. But try to picture in your mind's eye Greg Maddux. He kind of stays tall on that back leg.
Smacked up the line, foul. Yeah.
A little separation when he breaks his hands.
Clear out of there. Just barely foul. Oh, so close to extra bases. They've seen that before during this stretch. 6 extra base hits for the Astros in the last 5 games.
I mean, that picture right there tells it all.
It does.
If you're scoring runs, playing, you don't get that worked up over a foul ball. But
pop up now, and the wind is moving it around for Kelly Johnson, who handles out number 3. After a quick first, there's no score.
Special ticket offer includes a pregame event from 4 to 6 in Union Station lobby, including 2 glasses of wine, wine tasting, and a wine seminar from Texas's first master sommelier. Proceeds will benefit breast cancer research. Buy tickets at Astros.com tonight. And joining me out here is Christy Felice, who's setting up this whole thing. And I don't even know what I just said with that sommelier or whatever, but it sounds like a sommelier. It sounds like a great event. Tell us a little bit more about it.
It is. It's part of our Pink in the Park week this week, of course, and it's just something really neat at the ballpark to benefit a great cause. Part of the proceeds benefit breast cancer research through our Astros in Action Foundation. You said it all. You get wine tastings, wine samplings, a wine class with the master sommelier, which is really great. In addition to the great giveaway that you're getting in conjunction with Pink in the Park that night, which is our tote bag, you are also going to get an Astros wine charm for your wine glass. So you get kind of a little added bonus there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really neat.
And that's right out here in Union Station right behind us, correct?
It is. It's going to be in the Union Station lobby. Beautiful setup. It's going to be a really, really nice time.
All right, tell them real quick how they can get more information and be part of it.
You can get to Astros.com on the Pink in the Park website. You can get the buy tickets link right there.
All right, great stuff. It sounds like a great event, guys.
Yes, it does. You ought to try that out, Patty, if you have the night off. Adam LaRoche now batting and moving back from an inside pitch from Brett Myers after the single by Mark Reynolds to right center. Michael Bourne with a diving attempt. 280 for LaRoche, 4 homers, 18 runs batted in.
LaRoche, left-handed hitter with power, hits the ball to left center very well, so you want to make sure you do your work inside on him. Myers starts with a good cut fastball and then comes off of it with a little runner away, just missed. Last night that would have been an easy strike. That's a big strike zone with Brian Runge behind the plate, but Jerry Lane's reputation calling balls and strikes is pretty tight. So Myers just bad timing. Last night was the night to pitch.
Oh, you know it.
There's another one. That'd be strike 2 right there.
What a difference. Now he's 3-0 to a guy who has 4 homers, 9 doubles. A little roller up the third base line, barehanded by Myers, and he gets LaRoche. Reynolds moving to second. 1 out.
And LaRoche green lighted on 3-0. Obviously didn't do much with it. And I think it's a good movement. Myers has good movement on his fastball tonight. And running down and away from LaRoche and beat it into the ground.
Houston native Chris Young comes up with a runner at second and 1 out now. Chris Young checks in at 301 tonight. He has 4 homers, 24 runs batted in, had a big 3-hit, 3 RBI game Monday night, and then came back with another hit and a walk and stole a base last night. Myers delivers, and it's strike 1 to Young, as a .429 career hitter at Minute Maid Park with 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. Young's on a 4-game hitting streak now. Parra on deck. Fly ball, Michael Bourne backing on it for the catch. 2 outs.
So I imagine it was a crash course in Brett Myers for Kevin Cash this afternoon at the ballpark. Cash just joining the club, getting the starting assignment here tonight. Okay, what do you throw? How do you like to go after these guys? Let's take a look at the scouting reports. Put it all together and come up with a recipe for success.
And you talked about his previous experience in the American League. He's been around, knows how to prepare for a game.
He's got a very good reputation defensively. He's never hit much as a big leaguer, and he wasn't hitting much down at AAA, but defensively very good. All you have to do is realize he was the guy that was assigned to catch Tim Wakefield's knuckleball over in Boston, so you know he's a good receiver.
Parra takes strike 1. Parra's 2 for 9 in this series. In the air, Carlos Lee backing and left. And still back, and he goes up in the air, and that ball is getting loose. And here goes Parra for third base with the score 1-0 Arizona. And Parra has hit one off the wall and left. Lee went up. Looked like the wind just kept pushing it further and further back. It looked as if at first blush he was going to catch it.
And that's why my bold prediction for 2 home runs here tonight. The ball really carrying well to left field. That's a 3-base hit. And if he times his jump and gets to the wall first, then goes up. Maybe he gets that ball, but that's the kind of ball you know. Oftentimes you'll see an outfielder drift, and off the bat it looks like a can of corn, an easy fly ball.
First triple for Parra gives him RBI number 6. Intentional walk Snyder. This has happened in this series in each game now. Snyder, very potent number 8 hitter, batting 8th. He has 5 homers and 3 doubles with a .538 slugging percentage. So the Astros choose to pitch to the pitcher instead, Rodrigo Lopez.
Yeah, the fact that Snyder's a pretty good hitter, swinging it well, and the Astros are just struggling to score runs. I mean, if I'm Brad Mills, I'd much rather pitch to Snyder and have the pitcher leading off the next inning. But it's the same old story. When you're having a hard time scoring runs, you want to do everything you can to shut the other club down. Right now, even though it sets the Diamondbacks up next inning a little bit better.
Rodrigo Lopez is the batter. He has 2 hits and 12 at bats, a .167 average this season for Lopez.
Especially with Snyder's power in this ballpark with the wind blowing out. If he catches one and knocks it out of here, you're down 3-0 and it feels like 10-0.
Good point. Strike 1 to Lopez. Myers has a 3.82 ERA for his first 5 starts. 0-2, and Lopez needs a longer bat. He's going to try to reach that pitch with that swing.
Yeah, longer bat or a more willing front side.
Crack bat. Berkman diving, and he tosses to Myers on a good play for the 3rd out. Arizona comes up with a run on 2 hits. Stranding 2. It's 1-0 Diamondbacks. Or the number 5 in Major League Baseball, brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. There was DiMaggio, Bench, Robinson, Brett, Boudreaux, and Hank Greenberg.
What about Guy Lapointe? He wore number 5.
Did he?
Yeah. How about Baggy? Maybe someday, huh? Joining that list.
Yes. There's a guy who's celebrating Cinco de Mayo. At least it would appear he is with a sombrero like that. Number 5 will be joining us Saturday night. JD, you get a rare weekend off to attend a special event, a graduation.
That's right. Oldest daughter Libby's graduating from American University this weekend, so we'll be up there partaking in those festivities.
And she did it in 3 years.
Yeah. Takes after her mom.
Lopez has the 1-0 lead. Berkman, Pence, and Feliz come up in the bottom of the 2nd inning against Rodrigo, who was 3-1 with the Phillies last year with a 5.70 ERA. He was the 4th starter behind Dan Herron, who goes tomorrow night, Edwin Jackson, and Ian Kennedy. And he won his Arizona debut, beating Pittsburgh back on April 9th. Very good game. Berkman looks at the first pitch from him here in the second inning. It's strike one to Lance, a 200 hitter with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Lance 1 for 7 in this series. Very frustrated last night. Now he bangs out a line drive to right field. Astros get the leadoff man on. Berkman struck out twice last night, going 0 for 4. That 8th inning strikeout, he was caught looking and very unhappy with that call by the home plate umpire. Now he's aboard for Hunter Pence. Hunter at 215 with 2 homers, has 7 runs batted in. Hunter is 1 for 4 in this series. He sat out the Monday night game. Got an infield hit last night. Pedro Feliz is on deck.
Don't hang it.
He put it up there, and it's strike one call to Hunter.
Yeah, that's just a get over slider there. But gotta be cautious with that pitch. If you've got a hitter you feel like is geared or sitting on a fastball, you can just sneak a little breaking ball in there for a called strike one.
Off the plate, and it's 1-1. Lopez began his career in the Mexican League. Then the Padres purchased him in the mid-90s. He first reached the big leagues in 2000 with San Diego. Then he moved on to Baltimore, where in 2002 he was 15-9 with a 3.57 ERA. He was the Sporting News American League Pitcher of the Year that year. Showing bunt. Hunter looks at one. It's 2-1.
You know, I remember when we faced Lopez a while back. We had to go talk to Alex Trevino to get the pronunciation of that city he's from. Tlalnepeantla.
And what was that pronunciation?
I don't remember. I'm going to have to ask him again.
I'll have to ask him again.
As a matter of fact, Alex said it like 7 times. I still couldn't say it.
Fly ball right field. Upton with the catch. 1 out. Well, we may have to tap into his radio broadcast to get him to say it for us, because it's unpronounceable in this booth anyway. Yeah. There it is.
I'll tell you, that TL blend, you don't run across that in English very often.
No, that's a tongue twister. He's from Mexico. And here's Pedro Feliz.
Doesn't take much to twist this tongue either, let me tell you.
Feliz is getting close to 1,000 hits in his career. Fouls that one back for strike one. Pedro needs 2 more hits to reach number 1,000. He's 2 for 8 in this series. And at home, he's hitting 300. With a homer and 7 runs batted in of his 10 runs batted in. So he's the RBI leader with a modest total of 10.
Gex energy showing that fastball was right down the middle. Lopez has not been shy about attacking the strike zone. Astro hitters will not be able to complain about not having pitches to swing at if this continues. And he has been pretty hittable so far this year. He's allowed 41 hits, had allowed 41 hits in 30 innings coming into this game. That's a .333 batting average. He'd only walked 6.
Double play set up on the infield. The throw goes over. The Astros as a team are hitting .235. And they've scored 73 runs in 26 games, going 8-18. During their 8-game losing streak, they've scored 13 runs. Fouled away. 1-2 to Pedro Feliz.
You get a sense that Lopez, his game plan is, I'm not going to walk you. I'm going to throw it in there and make you hit your way on. And that strategy could backfire on him in this ballpark tonight with the way that wind's blowing. He's up against a lineup, obviously, that's really struggling. So you can understand his desire to attack the zone and not walk people.
Up the middle, it's rolled to Drew. He tosses, and Kelly Johnson is late in the relay to first. It looked like a routine double play, but Diamondbacks seem to be very deliberate.
Been a couple plays in this series like that. Mark Reynolds had a ground ball last night. Hunter Pence hit that he kind of, I shouldn't say nonchalant it, but with Pence going down the line, you got to hurry it a little bit. And here, no sense of urgency at all, and good hustle by Feliz.
So Feliz beats the relay and gives Manzella a chance to bat. Tommy at 219 has driven in 3.
Comes that first pitch slider again.
It's right there for strike 1. Manzella's 1 for 6 in this series. Catcher Chris Snyder's played 216 games in a row without making an error. No balls, 2 strikes.
He's thrown out 25% of would-be base stealers this year. So again, the strategy, throw that slider in there for strike 1 and then start to expand.
And Manzella lets it go. 1-2 in that last start at Chicago for Lopez. He gave up in 6 innings, 6 runs, 2 of them earned. He didn't walk anybody for the 24th Major League start for Lopez without a walk. It's 2-2. It's kind of a good test here because he does throw the ball in there, as you've told us, and yet the Astros seldom walk. Kevin Cash is on deck. Fly ball, left field's got some carry to it. Parra all the way back, looking up. Manzella reaches the seats with a 2-run homer. Number 1 for Tommy Manzella, and what a time. First home run this season for Tommy Manzella, and the first Major League homer for Tommy Manzella.
What a moment for Tommy Manzella. It's been a rough go for him, as it has been for just about every Astro hitter, but that has to feel awfully sweet. With an assist to Pedro Feliz for beating the rap on the double play.
He gave him the silent treatment in the dugout. Good time to break that out. They've been giving each other the silent treatment for about a week now. Kevin Cash takes ball 1. That may burst the bubble. Cash, as the appeal goes to first base, is ruled to have swung at that by Mike Winters. And it's 1-1. 186 career hitter with 10 homers, 53 runs batted in for this 32-year-old player from Tampa who went to Florida State. Spent 8 years in the minor leagues. Just had 26 at-bats with the Yankees last year. The Astros signed him as a free agent in January. And he worked with Brad Mills in Boston. And I asked him if he got to know Brad well in 2008 when he was with the Red Sox. He said, well, yeah. He was with Toronto, Tampa Bay, and then Boston for just that 1 year. And the Yankees, he said, yeah, he was a bench coach and I was a backup catcher. We had a lot of time to talk.
Yeah, talk a lot of ball in that situation.
That's a strikeout. And Tommy Manzella has a special moment. And it's been a while for the Astros. Hunter Pence hit their last home run last Thursday. Tommy hits number 1 of his Major League career to give the Astros a 2-1 lead in the second. are tonight's Jack in the Box standings now. Tonight we look at the Major League Baseball milestone leaders by brothers. The Wainer brothers combined for 5,611 hits. In home runs, it was the Aarons with 768. In wins, the Necros had 539.
Speaking of brothers, that's kind of the theme here with the D-backs in town. Upton, Drew. Who else? Somebody else, right? I'm missing somebody. Oh, LaRoche.
Kelly Johnson with strike one. Now looks at a ball up, and it's a 1-1 strike count to Kelly.
Tommy Aaron really didn't contribute a whole lot.
No.
That home run thing. 13.
2-1 to Kelly Johnson. He's tied for the league in extra base hits this year with 17. Ground ball, Manzella. 1 out. When Manzella got back to the dugout after his first major league homer, here's what happened. He took the tour rather quickly as he found the Landry's Crawford boxes to make it 2-1. And he was ignored by his teammates. They were drinking.
Had their backs turned to him.
Yeah. What a moment. Stephen Drew's the batter.
Hey, they get the ball? Somebody's got to be out there rounding up that ball.
Hopefully. That's got to be an automatic. It's strike one to Drew. Upton is on deck. The Drew brothers, both first-round draft choices, and also their brother Tim, a pitcher. So that's quite a family as well.
Okay, there it is. There's the ball. And the Astro staffers there, so he's probably going to get a Tommy Manzella bat out of it.
That's pretty good. Stephen Drew hit his first career inside the park homer on opening day this year. JD also has one in his career. They're the first pair of brothers to each have an inside the park homer since the Bells, George and Juan. Bouncer, foul, first base side.
George Bell was a heck of a hitter.
Wasn't he, though?
I don't see him as an inside the park home run guy.
But no. Somebody must have collided in the outfield on that. Upton and Upton, both very high choices. First overall, second overall. Then LaRoche and the Drews. Liner over Berkman up the right field line. Hunter Pence over. Here's Drew going to second. Pence with the throw to second base. Safe. Drew hustles his way to double number 7.
Now, a lot of times an aggressive base runner will say, oh, I was trying to, forcing him to make a play on me. And Hunter Pence almost did. He did a nice job out there getting to that ball and a good strong throw. And Drew just able to beat him. That's Drew's game. Lots of doubles and triples, especially in that big ballpark in Arizona they play in where the ball carries so well. And some big alleys, but that's close. And a great turn at first base. Right about there, he's going, uh-oh, I better go.
Quick head first slide got him there. Upton the batter now. Strike one. Upton grounded to shortstop in the first inning. And that ball he hit over the center field wall last night was just there earlier today, and he went out and got it in the home run.
Oh, it's still laying out there?
Yeah, it was still out there because nobody was allowed to go in that area. Ball and strike. Here it is.
Just a handful of balls have left the ballpark out there. Although, according to HitTrackerOnline.com, Chris Snyder's home run the other night was longer.
I don't buy into that. Fly ball to shallow right. Hunter Pence. 2 outs. So Upton was kind of talked into going out there by a member of the media, getting that ball since it was one of the longest hit here. 2 down now, and it's Mark Reynolds. He looped a hit to right center. Michael Bourne made a diving try for it, but Reynolds was aboard and came around to score in the Parra triple. Red Myers tries to square his record at 2-2. And that's ball one. He has really been consistent with the innings he has posted for the Astros this year. Solid 6 innings or more every time. He's gone 7 3 times and 6 twice. Good breaking stuff tonight. It's 1-1. Reynolds looked like he pulled off that pitch a little bit. But Reynolds has hit 81 homers the last 3 years, ranking him 6th. That pitch works again, and it's 1-2 to Mark Reynolds.
It doesn't quite get the pump that some of the other guys do, but if he keeps knocking the ball out of the ballpark the way he has the last couple of years, he will.
Leads all third basemen in homers, runs batted in so far this season. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now J.R. Tolles is probably in the lineup tonight at Midland. He was headed, we heard, for Midland this morning to join the Corpus Christi Hooks, after being optioned to the minors after last night's game. Fastball got him on strike. That's some surgery there for Cash and Myers, working well together for strikeout number 1. No runs a hit, a runner stranded. 2-1 Houston. Roger Clemens passes Steve Carlton to become second on the all-time strikeout list behind Nolan Ryan by fanning Pittsburgh's Raul Mondesi for strikeout number 4,137. He also runs his record to 6-0 with a 6-2 victory. Brett Myers fouls it back. There's strike 1. He is 1 for 10 as a hitter. Astros hitters, well, the pitchers are hitting .256. Roy Oswalt had a great at-bat and a nice single last night. 12 pitch at bat. Fans really got into that one back in the second inning. That at bat took 5.5 minutes.
Best at bat of the night. One of the best of the year.
It was. That one almost hit him. And it's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Reds won in 10 over the Mets this afternoon, 5-4. Micah Owings going to 3-0 with a victory, beating Pedro Feliciano on a walk-off homer by Orlando Cabrera. Brandon Phillips earlier hit his 4th. Flared, and LaRoche is over in foul ground to handle out number 1. We have Greg Lucas standing by. Greg.
Well, this is Wednesday, so we're live chatting. So if you have something, go to foxsportshouston.com and you can log on and be with us for the rest of the game. We're watching them. Someone got on that wasn't supposed to. That person is banned, and so you know what we're talking about. So just keep it baseball talk, and we'll be in good shape. We got a lot to talk about. That's live chat every Wednesday here on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Thank you, Greg. Michael Bourne is showing butt. There's strike one to Michael. He grounded out to third, hit the bullet at Mark Reynolds first time up. From what we're told, the Chris Snyder and Michael Bourne friendship goes back to high school days when they played against each other, and then they were teammates for 2 years with the Cougars at the University of Houston. So we were told that they have nicknames for each other. Michael calls Chris Snyder Little Shark because Chris's dad has the nickname of Shark, and Michael's nickname is Hot Sauce.
Yeah, Hot Sauce just got lucky there. It was a pretty good looking pitch. Of course, Little Shark was set up outside and had to reach back a little bit. And it's over the heart of the plate and it appeared to be knee high. Hard to call Chris Snyder little anything.
Ground ball at first, LaRoche. 2 outs. And it's going to be Matsui batting next. Matsui hit a fly ball to left in the first inning.
We had that graphic up earlier about the brother combinations all the time, and the Wainers, the hit leaders, they were Big Poison and Little Poison, Paul and Lloyd.
There were the Deans, Dizzy and Daffy, actually Dizzy and Paul, but they called Paul Daffy.
Yeah. So what's the dinner table conversation when you've got Dizzy talking to Daffy? Probably not talking physics, are they?
No. They both pitched in a doubleheader one time. I think Paul threw a no-hitter, and Dizzy threw a 1 or 2 hitter. No balls, 2 strikes for Lopez.
And that what Dizzy said, if I knew Daffy was it, Paul was going to do it, I would have done one too.
I would have done it too, yeah. Yeah, Dizzy pitched the first game, and then Paul topped it. Rolled out to second. Johnson hits Matsui. It's a quick third for Lopez. The Astros lead the D-backs 2-1.
A little bit about your team. Who do you have here?
We're the Gridiron Youth Football League team, the Trojans out of Cypress, Texas.
And I know you guys are having a great time. Tell us why you're out here and what y'all are doing.
We're just out here having a great time, letting the boys see how it is out here when we're playing the game, real life, and it's all about sportsmanship. So we're out here having a great time, and the boys are enjoying themselves, and that's what it's all about.
All right, and these boys wanted to give you guys their little chant. So, guys, now's your chance. Go ahead.
1, 2, ready, go.
Who are we? We are the Mighty Trojans. Say what? The Mighty Trojans. Say what? Who are we? We are the Mighty Trojans. Say what? The Mighty Trojans. Say what? All right, good job, guys. And for that, they are the progressive fans of the game. Good job, guys.
I'm all wound up out there.
Yeah, Patty. lively group. Roche not so lively with the bat. He grounded out from Berkman to Myers.
Put in an extra half hour after practice just to get their chant down.
They had to save some energy for this game tonight. They saved plenty. Chris Young is the batter. He hit a fly ball to center in the second inning. Pedro Feliz is even with the bag at third. Myers throws one close. It's ball one. Last night, Roy Oswalt went 7 very good innings. Lyon and Lindstrom each worked a quick inning in relief. Tomorrow night, the finale of this 4-game series.
Be a good one to get here tonight. You don't want to be in a position where you're facing a 4-game sweep with Dan Herron on the mound.
Herron is 3-1. He opposes Wandy Rodriguez tomorrow night at 7:05. 2 balls, 1 strike for Brett Myers.
I like what I see from Kevin Cash already defensively.
Why so?
I just like the way he moves behind the plate, the way he sets his target. I think he's really engaged in the game. I guess he can do that.
That'll carry to left center field. That ball's ripped. Hitting high off the wall, staying in play for a double for Young, giving him a 5-game hitting streak. He almost got a home run. That's double number 8 of the year for Chris Young.
Certainly hit it hard enough, just didn't have enough lift on it to knock it out of here. Hits it high and gets it up in that wind. It's going to carry a good long ways. This fastball intended to be down and away, drifts back over the heart of the plate. Chris Young continues to hammer the ball here at Minute Maid Park.
Young had been 4 for 4 against Myers in his career coming into this game. Gerardo Parra had the RBI triple off the left field wall in the second inning. Jockeying at second base as Parra taps it foul. Manzella was trying to cut in behind Young. Young is 3 for 4 in steals. And if he steals third with 1 out, that is something the Diamondbacks would like very much.
Steals the third up in Major League Baseball this year. Team's going to have to start working a little harder to defend it.
1-1.
It's a tougher proposition, of course, with a left-handed hitter in the box. Catcher's got a clean look at third.
Two balls and a strike. Boy, Major League Baseball, things can change quickly. Kevin Cash behind the plate tonight. He was not on the 40-man roster until after last night's game.
And people may be wondering, why are they sending Torres all the way down to AA? Well, because Castro is at AAA and they want him to catch the lion's share of the games there, so this way JR will get a lot of work down in Corpus.
General Manager Ed Wade said they want JR to get a lot of work on his defensive skills, on the game calling, the preparation. And Kevin Cash is known for that aspect of the game. Some people who may not be following the Astros all that much might look at the batting average and say, well, wait a minute. A lot of guys are struggling the way JR was. But that was not the real reason for the move, not the offensive part of it.
No, I think if JR was hitting, he'd still be here. But the fact that he wasn't hitting, coupled with the fact that they feel like he needs to progress with his game calling and some other aspects of it, is the reason why they made this move.
JR's 26, so Ed Wade said he's hopeful that with all the work he'll be getting at AA, he'll be able to refine those skills and be ready to go at the big league level again. And Ed Wade called Jason Castro, who's at Round Rock, after the game last night to explain this move to him. And he said, well, he's a very intelligent young man. He understood it very quickly. We want him to keep working on those same skills and developing. So he'll be ready when it's time. Smack past the diving Berkman up the right field line. Young will turn third and come home to tie this game 2-2. Throwing to second, cut off. on an RBI double. Parra now has a triple and a double. 2 runs batted in. Big night for the number 7 hitter.
Yeah, pretty good hitter. He doesn't hit for a lot of power. He just missed knocking one out of here, though, in his last at bat. That fly ball that carried off the wall in left field and turned across the boxes. This time he gets on top of that high fastball and yanks it down the first baseline. So when a guy does that to you in back-to-back at bats, you're kind of scratching your head on the mound going, okay, now where do I go with him?
Chris Snyder comes up. Snyder drew the intentional walk in the 2nd inning. And with 1 out, we should see something to hit here. Ball 1 to Snyder. Snyder's drawn 14 walks this year now. Diamondbacks have a great catching situation once Miguel Montero returns from left knee surgery. With Montero, the lefty hitter, who had a fine year last year, and Snyder, who was hurt last year and had back surgery.
I think with Chris Snyder, the game plan is you want to try to get him out away. Anything in should be off the plate. Tie him up upstairs, jam him. He has shown an inclination to chase that slider off the outside corner.
2-1 to Snyder.
Little sharp.
Snyder was a 2nd-round draft choice in 2002 by Arizona.
There you go.
That's the pitch. 2-2. Snyder hit .343 as a junior for the Houston Cougars and drove in 71 runs. After coming from Springwoods High School. Cash out for old Chat. Snyder has led National League catchers twice in fielding percentage, and with that long errorless streak, continues to look good behind the plate. Good stop there by Cash. 3-2. Of course, Cash, being with the Astros in spring training, has had a chance to catch some of these pitches, but it's been a while. That catching position is one that really requires usually a lot of development time in the minor leagues. Ball 4 to Snyder. 2nd walk for Myers.
And maybe would have caught the upper reaches of the strike zone.
Now with the pitcher batting, here's the pitching coach coming out. Let's see what Brad Arnsberg is going to do. Conference at the mound. Bunting situation with 1 out. Runners at 1st and 2nd.
This day in Astros history is brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center, making cancer history. May 5th, 1991. Rookie Jeff Bagwell hits only the 9th Upper Deck home run at Three Rivers Stadium, a 456 pinch hit home run, and a 6-4 victory over the Pirates.
Here's a question for you regarding that home run. All right. Who gave up that home run?
I'm going to go with Bob Kipper.
Amazing.
Is that right?
I think so, but I was going to look it up. Can't believe you remember that. Now here's Lopez with Berkman in tight. And Feliz watching, and the bunt goes foul. Strike 1. Feliz was going to stay back at 3rd that time.
And it's funny because, Jeff Bagwell, when he came to the Astros, came to the big leagues, he was a guy with high average potential. Wasn't sure how many home runs he would hit. And even he said, he goes, I won't hit a lot of home runs, but every now and then I'll hit one that'll make you go, wow. And that's exactly what happened. It was like, wow. So you knew it was in there.
Yeah.
And he ended up hitting 15 that rookie year.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And 449 overall for his career. So he kind of figured it out.
Oh, no bunt here. Berkman had to stand his ground there, maybe even back up a step as he saw that Lopez was not bunting.
But Lopez should have been doing something there, either bunting or swinging, because he took it. Now he's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Lance jockeying around out there, got in his head a little bit.
Bo Porter coaching at third. Bo knows the sign here. And it's bunted. And Myers will throw to Matsui covering. Sacrifice for Lopez, his first of the year, gets Carr to third, Snyder to second, 2 outs.
Just a great bunt there with Berkman coming so hard from first base. You just want to push that out towards the pitcher, make the pitcher handle it, and that's what he was able to do with 2 strikes especially. It proved to be a big play in this game. Here comes the Puma ready to pounce. And he pushes it right by him out to Brett, whose only option is first base.
And now Johnson. Johnson, the slugging leadoff man. 0 for 2 tonight. And there's strike 1 to Johnson. Johnson has a .677 slugging percentage. 3rd in the league right now. He does keep that shoulder tucked, as you pointed out last night. 1 ball, 1 strike. You are correct on Bob Kipper.
Bob Kipper?
Giving up that home run to Jeff Bagwell. Grounded foul. 1-2 to Kelly Johnson. What a start. Kelly Johnson in this brand new uniform. Been known as a good offensive player, but is also trying to improve defensively this year as well. It's 2-2. Kelly got a chance to come back close to home. He's from Austin. He had Tommy John surgery back in the 06 season. Grounded, and it goes to Berkman. And in the 4th, Arizona ties it with 1 run, 2 hits, 2 men left. It's 2-2.
And 10 Astros games for only $20 for a limited time. You can score an outfield deck seat to 10 select Astros games for only $20 with the 10 for 20 plan. That's only $2 a game and a savings of $50 per plan. Buy yours at Astros.com tonight, guys.
Great deal, Patty. Yeah, JD says he's in. Carlos Lee leads it off on 4th inning. Game tied 2-2. He popped the second earlier. And this one goes high to left field. He's standing there at home plate watching it curl foul.
Just missed a double in his first at-bat down the line. This time out in front of that slider. So Lopez has been starting the right-handed hitters with that get-me-over slider.
Carlos was wise to it. Put a good swing on it, just a little too quick.
Ground ball. Johnson diving. Over to LaRoche. It's out number 1 on a good play by Kelly Johnson. AT&T Trivia comes your way from Minute Maid Park.
Bob Kipper.
Who is the all-time winningest pitcher and leading home run hitter from Mexico?
I'll go with Fernando Valenzuela.
Okay. I believe you're correct on that one. Oh, you're saying he did both? He led in homers too? He was a good hitter.
No, he was a good hitter though.
It's 2 different guys. Lance Berkman lined a single to right field in the second.
I think of a Mexican-born home run. Wasn't Alex Trevino?
How about Vinny Castillo?
Ooh, yeah.
Strike 1 to Berkman. Former Astro. He's working for the Rockies now, isn't he?
I don't know. I think we saw him up there when we were in town last year. I don't know if he's working, or if he just has one of those ceremonial,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I don't know if we're working when you come down to it. Berkman takes, and that is a strikeout looking for Lopez. That is number 2.
Lopez pitched him well. A backdoor slider to finish him off, and you saw a pitch tracker there. It was in concurrence with Jerry Lane. Can you be in concurrence with somebody?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Last night, Lance was in disagreement with one of the other umpires. Hunter Pence hit a fly ball to right in the second inning. That's right there on the edge for strike 1 for Rodrigo Lopez.
He's the Mexican Greg Maddux.
Well, once you said that, yeah, he does have.
Look at the manner.
It's the way he stands, holds the ball.
Watch this little right here. He breaks the hands. That little tap. That's Maddux. He didn't quite have the sink.
No,
he didn't have the resume, but like Maddux, right-handed, not a real big guy.
Fly ball outside the right field line by Hunter. And it's out of play.
Try to picture Greg Maddux out there in a Brave uniform. Right there.
Really close. He's thrown strike 1 to 12 of 14 hitters, so that's Maddux-like. And it's 1-2. Braves lead Washington 5-4, bottom of the 6th inning in Washington. Tommy Hansen's on the mound. Omar Infante hit his first homer. 2-2. 90 miles per hour on that pitch. Hunter had a 2-1 count the first time when he hit that fly ball to right. He's seen a few pitches tonight. Feliz on deck. Now full count.
I mentioned Lopez has only walked 6 so far this year, so I don't think you can sit fastball necessarily here, but he's going to try to throw that get over slider again.
In the hole. Reynolds can't play it. It's off his glove. Hunter at first base. The ball trickles out into shallow left field. And that should be an infield hit for Hunter, although it made the outfield.
I feel like it's the play that should have been made by Reynolds, but with Pence going down the line, I don't know if he's going to throw him out anyway. So I think I would have to rule base hit as well.
That's what the official scorer just did. Hit number 3 for the Astros. Pedro Feliz bounced into that force play, but beat the relay throw, and that was all important because Manzella followed with a 2-run homer, and if they had gotten Feliz, it would have been the 3rd out. Pedro looks at ball 1. Chris Johnson, who took batting practice tonight, is headed for Florida now, we understand, and begin the rehab portion of his reassignment there with the intercostal strain. extended spring training at the Astros complex in Kissimmee. That way he can just concentrate on coming off the disabled list and getting ready to go.
Oh, plus he can squeeze in a couple meals of La Frechetta while he's in town.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good assignment.
How about that part of the assignment? That's a strike, and it's 1-1 for Lopez.
We're talking about Feliz beating the rap on that double play, and that's what we talk about, the little things in baseball, and you should do it all the time. But when you're struggling to score runs, it becomes so much more important to make sure. You know, you don't want to end up losing your game because you nonchalant it out of the box, or you threw to the wrong base.
Shortstop Drew takes care of the out at first, and it's no runs ahead and a man stranded through 4. Arizona 2, Houston 2. Downtown Houston, just about at nightfall. It's a pretty part of the evening. And the 5th inning begins with Stephen Drew in this 2-2 ball game. Brett Myers throws a curve, and it's ball 1 to Drew. Drew double to right in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2 in this game.
Dangerous part of the Diamondback lineup here, getting their 3rd look at Myers. He's not a one-trick pony. He's got a lot of different looks out there. That time he threw him a changeup.
Diamondbacks haven't been around very many years, but Drew has played more shortstop games than any Arizona player.
1998, their first year?
Yeah.
All right. I think so. And then they won a World Series in 01.
That's bad.
They didn't pay their dues.
Not at all. 3-1 to count.
Shea Bell, was he the guy?
He was the guy.
For shortstop?
Yeah, good shortstop. Ground ball fair. Pass Feliz into the corner. Carlos Lee hustling over to backhand and throw to second. And Drew hustles his way to another double, his 2nd of the night. That's 8 this year for Drew. 1 to right, now another one to left.
Yeah, he's just a good player. Stays on that fastball. We talked earlier about Myers getting good run on his fastball tonight, and he did there. Moving to the outside part of the plate, but Drew sticks his nose in there and just stays on the pitch. Last time his double came with 1 out, and he was left stranded. See if the D-backs can execute here.
Upton has bounced to short and flied to right. Strike to Upton. Upton was an all-star last year for the first time. Such a young player, too. 1 ball, 1 strike.
How old is he?
21.
21. Wow.
He and Orlando Cepeda are the only 2 players in history as he swings and misses for a 1-2 count. Age 21 or younger with at least a 300 average, 25 homers, 80 runs batted in, and 20 steals. 1-2 to Upton. Late swing, and he strikes out. Number 2 for Myers. Not too bad at bat.
Man, it comes at a good time. A man on second, nobody out. You love to get that punch out. No advance for Drew.
Who is the all-time winningest pitcher and leading home run hitter from Mexico? AT&T wanted to know. Fernando Valenzuela won 173. Benny Castilla hit 320.
Combined on that one, Brownie. It's an A for teamwork.
Good. Upton's 22, by the way, to correct that. There's strike 1 on Reynolds.
I can't think of another player who would even be close to Benny Castillo.
No, don't think so. Reynolds singled and scored in the second, struck out looking in the third. A turn back towards second by Myers. Put that thought in Drew's head.
I think it'd be difficult for a right-handed hitter, a guy like Reynolds with extreme power, to come into this ballpark with that short porch and left and the wind blowing out, not to try to hook everything. I mean, he's got enough power to hit the ball out of the ballpark in just about any direction. But I think it's, you got to fight yourself as a hitter not to fall into bad habits trying to yank the ball.
He started. Did he check? The appeal. He went. Mike Winters with the strikeout call. That's number 3 for Myers.
That's going to nullify that leadoff double. Just start striking everybody out. Got Upton, got Reynolds. 1 more to get.
LaRoche. He's grounded out twice. Hit a 3-0 pitch. Just grounded it to Myers' right. And then he hit a 2-1 pitch on a bouncer to Berkman. Roche has that uppercut swing. He takes ball 1. Diamondbacks are on a long road trip. They're 5-4. They went 2-1 in Colorado and 1-3 in Chicago. That's right there. LaRoche taking it, and it's 1-1. LaRoche is a .296 lifetime hitter against Houston. Arizona has a winning record in this ballpark, 19-14. The overall series belongs to Arizona, 50-38 over the years. 2 balls and a strike. George Orta is second among Mexican-born players in homers with 130. You're right, not even close. Aurelio Rodriguez hit 124, his third. He was a good third baseman.
Got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
George Orta. I still hear Phil Rizzuto saying that.
George Orta.
George Orta.
3-1. Phil Rizzuto, what a character. Be careful on this pitch. 3-1 to LaRoche.
Yeah, normally it's like, well, you got a base open, but Chris Young, I think that bullet off the wall last time up, he's on deck. Still, you'd rather start fresh with Young than groove a fastball here to LaRoche.
Yeah. That's ball 4.
Tried to paint a corner. Nothing wrong with that. And you can see Cash with the glove send a little feedback out. Say, hey, nothing wrong with that. Good pitch, good try. We just missed the corner.
90 pitches for Myers, 55 of them strikes. Yeah, Cash just looks like a take charge guy.
Yep.
Gives everybody that confident feeling that he's in command of this thing.
Boy, and a lot of times for the pitcher, that's half the battle. You want to be in sync with your catcher. You want your catcher to call what you're thinking. It adds to the confidence and makes it easier to execute the pitch.
But even if you're not sure, you want that guy who says, "Hey, give me that slider, and then put it right here," and kind of give you that feedback. Here we go, Tony Pena.
Oh yeah, he was great. Young is 1 for 2, that double, and it's strike one.
It's the way he received that pitch. He was set up outside, and the ball came back to the inside part of the plate, and he just quietly went and got it. He didn't lunge at it, and held it there for Jerry Lane to take a good look.
32-year-old Kevin Cash, new Astros catcher. And he'll mix in with Humberto Quintero. They'll share the playing time. Brad Mills said tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Young's not biting. 2-1 to Chris. He's walked 10 times this year. Now they talk it over.
Well, again, I think Cash, he just saw a little frustration on the face of Brett Myers, so he can come out and have a little chat with him. Kind of refocus things. The bottom line is JRQ, either one of them, if they hit 260, 270 with some power, they would be the guy. But Cash, with his defensive reputation, if the other guys aren't hitting, you might as well get him up.
Strike, and it's 2-2. That's a big pitch. Huge difference between 2-2 and 3-1 here. Now Myers trying to make another big pitch to keep this game tied 2-2 in the 5th. He got him on strikes. He struck out the side. Upton, Reynolds, Young. Terrific work when he needed it by Myers to get him to 4 strikeouts in this ball game and keep it tied 2-2. Now he's taking ball 1 as he bats in the 5th inning. And Lopez throws him a strike to even the count at 1-1. Last year at Round Rock, Tommy hit 9 homers and 530 at bats. He's the team MVP there. Reynolds is backing up at 3rd. This one goes foul, right field side. 1-2. 2-2 ball game. The Diamondbacks lead in hits 6-3 with no errors tonight. Diamondbacks have stranded 7. The Astros have left 1. It's 2-2 to Manzella. Astros working some longer counts tonight than they have in most of their games this year. 64 pitches for Lopez. And that's a strikeout. Number 3.
It was rather Maddox-like too, just painting that outside corner. Made a mistake over the plate on 2-2 to Tommy last time. This time, wait a minute, that's a guy took me deep. I better be careful here. And he just paints that outside edge.
He tossed that ball out of the game to his dugout for some reason. Kevin Cash struck out looking back in the second inning. I don't know if that was a milestone strikeout for Rodrigo Lopez or not. That ball went out of the game. There's ball 1. And the fastball makes it a 1-1 strike count. Kevin Cash very complimentary tonight before the game about Jason Castro from Stanford, who's catching at Round Rock. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's the 715th career strikeout for.
Oh, okay. That was it.
Pass papers, home run total.
All right. Whatever.
And they probably just had a scuff on it or something.
Oh, yeah. 2-2 the count. Kevin Cash was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Blue Jays in '99, a converted third baseman. Ooh, that's a tough pitch for a strikeout. That's 4 now for Lopez. And let's join Patty Smith.
Well, fans, Astros baseball is always more fun with a group. Bring your team, church group, or family to Minute Maid Park for your next outing. It only takes 20 or more people to enjoy discount pricing on tickets. Join the millions of fans who experience the fun and excitement of Astros baseball. For more information, call 1-800-ASTROS-2 tonight and ask about fundraising opportunities. Bill?
Absolutely, Patty. Now Brett Myers taking strike 1. And by the way, when you come out to Sunday's game, the objective is to pink out the ballpark. So wear pink to the game for Mother's Day. So everybody will be here in pink. Mother's Day brunch starts at 10:30 a.m. in the 5-7 Grill. Participate in that. That should be good. There's a lot of pink here this week for Pink in the Park week. Different things going on all the time this week. Line to shortstop to second baseman Johnson rather for the final out. And after 5, it's 2-2. That set it up for the 2-run homer by Tommy Manzella back in the second inning. The Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by the Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Yeah, Kelly Johnson just a little too deliberate with the turn there, and great hustle by Felice. You can understand a hitter, hitting into what appears to be a routine double play, getting a little bit of a little frustration, a little bit of a late break out of the box, but not the case with Feliz. Busted it out of the box, hustled down the line, and that's a real difference maker in this game.
Which is tied at 2, heading to the 6th inning. Parra leads it off. Parra has both runs batted in for the D-backs on a triple in the 2nd inning off the left field wall, and a double to right in the 4th inning. Diamondbacks have 5 extra base hits of their 6. And there's ball 1 to Parra. But they've been doing that with regularity this year. And Parra is pretty much a 4th outfielder type, filling in for the injured Connor Jackson, who just went out on an injury rehab assignment tonight to AAA Reno. Parra rolls it right side. Berkman sliding. Good feed to Myers. And Berkman very aggressive tonight in going for those ground balls to his right.
And it's that move there that was bothering his knee when he first came back, but he looks really good there. That was a slick play.
He was limping a little bit when he got up. Slid on that left knee. That's the one he had surgery on. And he might have looked at that play and said, well, Matsui could have made that play. Well, yeah, he probably could have, but Berkman was very aggressive in going for it. Snyder takes strike 1.
Better to go for it and have to make a tough play than to assume the other guy's going to get it and watch it trickle into right field.
Exactly. Snyder looks around and says, what? Time had been called. Not sure about the confusion there. But the count's 0-1 on Snyder. First time up, the runner 3rd and 2 outs. He got the intentional walk. And he tried to bunt.
A little shark.
Yeah, a little shark. Tried to drop a sneak attack on him.
He's way back at third base. If he gets a halfway decent bunt down, he could jog to first and have a knock.
Pitcher Lopez on deck. One and 2. Cash sets up that low target. He really does get down. Two balls, 2 strikes, and the pace is a good pace for Myers. Likes to work quickly.
Or quickly throw strikes. Babe Ruth is dead.
Strikeout number 5. Time now for our Doing More on Defense feature. It's brought to you by the Home Depot. It shows you a ball hit to Berkman's right. He dives, gets control of it, and throws to first. And now another one to his right. Now that one on Parra.
Just a great feed there, too, as he gets to his feet to make the throw. That's where you want it as a pitcher. You want it up chest high out in front of you as you head to the bag.
Strike to Lopez. Lopez was the first guy who was robbed by Berkman. And he put down a sac bunt. He almost looks a little bit like Maddox.
I'm telling you, his mannerisms, yeah.
Sort of. No balls, 2 strikes. Boston is clinging to a 2-1 lead over Anaheim after 7. Popped up. Matsui for the 3rd out, and Myers has a quick 6th inning with the game tied 2-2.
And welcome back to Minute Maid Park, all tied up here in the 6th. And voting is now open for the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. Help send your favorite Astros to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at Astros.com. Visit Astros.com and cast your ballot now for your 2010 All-Stars. Vote early and vote often. Vote today at Astros.com, guys.
Thanks, Patty. There's Michael Bourne. He'll lead it off here in the home 6th inning. Matsui and Lee to follow in a 2-2 ball game. Good game tonight. The Astros got on the board in the 2nd inning. For the first time in a while, they had not scored in 18 innings. But then since then, Lopez has allowed only 1 hit. And that was off the glove of Mark Reynolds out in the left field. Lopez has struck out 4. 5 strikeouts from Myers. Game on even terms as Michael Bourne steps up for the bottom of the 6th inning. He's grounded out twice. He's a .358 lifetime hitter against Arizona. Ground ball goes foul. Strike 1 to Michael. White Sox lead Kansas City 7-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th at Chicago, and Andrew Jones has hit his 9th home run.
There's your early candidate for comeback player of the year.
Yeah. 0-2. Phillies are shutting out St. Louis 4-0 in the top of the 9th. Home runs by Polanco and Victorino tonight for the Phils. Fouls it back.
So many home runs that club. It's not Halladay tonight, is it?
It is Kendrick. Gustavo Chassin.
Kendrick's just coming off the DL.
Yeah. And, Brad Penny started. Gave up 3 runs in 6 innings for the Cardinals. And Brad Lidge is back now, but they're missing Ryan Madsen in that Philadelphia bullpen for something like 8 weeks. Surgery for broken toe.
Got mad, blowing a save, and he kicked the wall or a cooler or something. Broke his toe.
Line to left. Parra. 1 out. Hit pretty well by Michael. But the top 3 guys for the Astros have failed to reach base against Rodrigo Lopez. Collective 0 for 7.
Keeps this up. He's not going to be the Mexican Greg Maddux. Maddux is going to be the American Rodrigo Lopez.
Rodrigo is making his 200th Major League appearance tonight. He's 69 and 67. Matsui has flied to left and rolled out to second base. Bunted, and it goes fair, and then hits the bag. No, it just went foul. Mark Reynolds won that battle.
Yeah, he was left in a position where he had no choice but to let it roll and hope. And this thing just trickles foul at the very last moment. Comes off the turf there, off the grass, and right over that chalk line, rather. Third base line. Oh man!
Looked like a gyroscope.
That's slow motion. That's kind of fun to watch. Dave Clark, he should have been like the Canadian curling team out there with the broom. He should have been sweeping that baby.
Yeah. Lenny Randle tried to blow on a ground ball one time. Rolled out to second. That's not allowed either. 2 outs. So nothing doing from the top 3 Astros here against Lopez. Now Carlos Lee will try to change that. He's hit the ball twice to second base tonight.
Carlos 0 for 2. His struggles continue, but he's had good at bats tonight. Last time he yanked that slider deep and foul and then hit a bullet to second base. All you can do when you're struggling like this is to continue to work hard and trust your swing. And just make sure you're swinging at good pitches.
1-1. Brad Mills is getting asked about it every night. What do you do? How do you break the losing streak? He said you just keep on working. You emphasize the positive habits. You play the game to your objective. Ooh, 1-2. Berkman on deck. And the appeal goes to first. Mike Winters this time rules no swing. 2-2 to Carlos Lee. Rodrigo Lopez was signed as a non-roster player. Made the club this spring as the 4th starter. Bounced to shortstop. Drew in for the routine 2-hopper. And in the 6th inning, it goes quickly to keep the game tied 2-2.
By Steele and by Chevy. Immediately following the game, we invite you to join us for Astros Live here from Brad Mills. Head to the clubhouse. All that and more coming up after the game. Steve Sparks will be joining me after the game. And, we know the offense has been struggling for the Astros, but Brett Myers has certainly been doing his part on the mound for Houston.
You know what? I like him more and more every time I see him. He gets in a situation where 2-2 game, might be a guy in scoring position, and he turns it up another notch. We've seen it for the 6th game in a row now from him.
All right, Brownie, JD, we'll see you. Well, we're going to toss it back to you, but we'll see you guys after the game.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We got our gloves on. We're going to catch it.
We'll join you. And Steve, by the way, is going to knuckle down and do some extra work this weekend. He's going to do the Friday and Sunday games with JD being gone. 2 balls and a strike. He probably hates that. 2-2.
Knuckle down.
Yeah, those knuckleball pitchers, they're constantly being kidded about that pitch. How strange they are.
They have their own language.
It's 3-2.
Well, I couldn't agree more with what we've seen from Myers. Each time out, you like the way he competes, the way he's able to kind of reach back under pressure. With that first homestand when the Phillies were in, I was talking to Charlie Manuel, and he said, "You're going to like Myers."
Deep drive, right center field. Michael Bourne, Hunter Pence, way back. Bourne got there. Kevin Eschenfelder. You like that play, didn't you?
Just Michael Bourne doing what Michael Bourne does. And guys, I didn't want to interrupt that, but the story you were talking about just a moment ago, Steve and I talked a lot about that, about people kidding with the knuckleballs. Talk about how umpires would always throw their knuckleball back to you.
You know what? Everybody wanted me to give them an assessment of how good of a knuckleball they threw. What am I going to tell an umpire, that he's got a bad one? So obviously I always gave him a thumb up and hopefully get a little wider strike zone.
Guys, we just get used to seeing Michael Bourne do this night in and night out. Back up to you.
Down, yeah. Now Drew takes strike 1. And in a game like this, if that's a double, leading off an inning, what a difference that could be. But Bourne turns it into out number 1. Now Bourne over into center field again. This one. And Michael slipped and made the catch.
Well, there's some irony for you, because he just caught a knuckleball.
That ball had all kinds of funky action on it. Sometimes when a hitter actually centers one up, the ball will come out there with no spin, and it will knuckle on the outfielder, moving this way than that. His feet go out from underneath him, but he hangs in there and makes the play.
That is some kind of concentration. Back-to-back plays by Michael Bourne. 2 outs now. And it's Upton batting. So if he doesn't make either one of those plays, it's 3-2 Arizona. There's ball 1 to Upton. And 1-1.
Yeah, well, I half expected him to run up that hill, climb the wall, and rob Upton last night.
You're right. When he headed up that hill, that's the expectation of Michael. 1-2. Chacin in the Astros bullpen. Berkman, Pence, and Feliz 2 up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bourne has really had a defensive impact, and he leads the club in runs scored.
120 pitches now for Myers, so this is likely his last inning. And he finished. Not yet. Boy, he was walking off, and I was going with him.
Yep. We were all leaving for the fridge.
I was going for the Cracker Jacks right here. It's time to throw the peanuts. Just a little bit outside.
That's good work, though. Not a foul ball back. And did you notice before that pitch, the Cash just kind of flicked his right hand out there toward the Astros dugout. He wants it out there. That's where he got it.
That's subtle stuff. Can be a real difference maker with the catcher.
Well, for a guy coming in catching his first game with the team, pretty impressive what he's been doing tonight. Fouled away.
Well, when you look at his resume, you look, all his major league stops. He's never been a regular major league catcher. He's always been a backup or part-time guy up and down between AAA and the big leagues. But he's always hit below 200. So when you look at that resume and you see that he continues to get major league time, that tells you he must be a real good defensive player and have a real good idea of what he's doing back there, calling a game. And there's a lot of value to that.
Pitch number 124 is strike 3, and they get the call this time on Upton, who looks back at Jerry Lane. Strikeout number 6 ends the top of the 7th inning, a Michael Bourne inning, and it's tied 2-2. Here now is our extraordinary play brought to you by Jaguar, and we'll show you a real Jaguar in the outfield, Michael Bourne. Here's some kind of speed and quick ability to move back the other way on a ball that was moving back to his right. Michael Bourne, as his feet slipped out, made that catch on the line drive by Drew.
Myers isn't going to settle for a high five. He's going straight hug.
21,030 the paid attendance. Watching a 2-2 game, and Lance Berkman taking ball 1 in the last of the 7th. He's 1 for 2.
That's what the Astros need. They need to hug a little more. There's a study done. Winning teams hug more than non-winning teams.
Who started that? Tommy Lasorda?
I don't know.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's big in basketball.
He's the first.
Celtics do a lot of hugging.
Yeah.
They do a lot of winning.
That's true. Lasorda is the first manager I can remember hugging in baseball. 2 balls and a strike.
I'll refrain from the cheap Miller Huggins remark.
Berkman looks at it, and it's 3-1 to Lance. Pence on deck. Feliz to bat 3rd. That's ball 4. It was close. It came back. Almost caught the corner. That's the first walk for Lopez tonight.
Not surprisingly, it's Lance Berkman who draws the walk. A.J. Hinch, he's not buying it. Shaking his head there. He thought it was a good pitch.
Lopez had not walked anybody in his last 2 starts, covering 12 innings. Now it's Berkman aboard for Pence, who's 1 for 2. And strike 1 to Hunter. Lopez has been very stingy with the bases on balls.
Yeah, you know, what he's done well is he's thrown that slider, the get me over slider for strike 1 quite a bit. The fastball, for the most part, he's kept on the outside corner.
One.
You know, the hitters, for the most part, though, should be able to come into an at-bat against him thinking, you know, kind of looking away, because he really hasn't thrown much on the inside part of the plate.
No. He's made 171 career starts before tonight. He's issued 1 walk or less in 77 of those. Foul ball. 1-2.
Yeah, it's been a money pitch for him there. A little slide ball off the outside edge. We got the Power Brokers night at the ballpark tonight. We got Mr. and Mrs. Bush down there. Just saw a shot of the mayor sitting behind Drayton McLean.
Denise Parker is here?
Yeah, she's just over. There she is.
Okay.
Blue top.
Yeah.
This is the place to be, Browning.
Wednesday night, always a big night to get out. Midweek outing.
Because you can always TiVo a Modern Family. We'll catch that later on.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodrigo Lopez, he's thrown 93 pitches. Myers is up over 120.
So you got to believe he's done.
Yeah, Brandon Lyon is working in the bullpen.
You need to put one on the board here to give Myers a chance to win. Not a fastball. All those sliders buy you a little wiggle room with the fastball. Hitters aware of that slider with 2 strikes. You're going to wait a beat longer. And instead of centering that fastball and hitting it 390 feet, he fouled it back.
There's Lyon getting ready for the 8th. And Aaron Heilman is at work in the Arizona bullpen. Johnson with a toss, drew the middleman. 4-6-3 double play. Ball hit right at Kelly Johnson.
Pence tough to double, but the ball that sharply hit. I mean, he knocked the tar out of it. That makes it impossible for Lance to get a piece of Drew, and Drew able to turn it and get the hustling Pence. There's too much pace on that ground ball.
First double play Hunter has grounded into this year. And now it's Feliz batting. Feliz is 0 for 2.
Still 1 home run shy in my prediction.
That's true.
But 7 outs to play with it.
Well, that wind is still blowing out to left. Strike to Feliz. Mansella on deck. Yankees beat Baltimore today 7-5. Charged by Reynolds. He didn't come up with it. On through into left. He got going, but didn't get leather on it.
That's one of those ones that as soon as it was hit, you knew it was going to be a tough chance. A lot of ugly potential for an infield. A high bounding ball. He comes in, tries to short hop it. Again, I think that's a play a big league third baseman should make. Not an easy play.
Reynolds draws the error. That's his third of the year. Now Manzella bats. Well, Feliz was able to beat that double play relay to give Manzella an at bat in the second, and he homered. LaRoche comes over, and it's out of play for him.
A similar scenario. The double play didn't get turned, should have been turned. Kept the inning alive. Manzella went deep this time. The play should have been made, was not. Wouldn't that be something if this long home run drought, Tommy was able to pop 2 in one night?
Whoa. You're working on a storyline there.
He would be the Manzella. I see the headline now.
Kind of like Godzilla. Manzella. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andy Pettitte with that Yankee win goes to 4-0 with a 2.08 ERA. Somebody said he went for an exam after that.
Yeah, he's supposed to get an MRI. That whole the Sports Illustrated jinx is on those guys. The story in the recent Sports Illustrated on the 4-4.
Johnson gets the force play on Feliz. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left after 7. Diamondbacks 2, Astros 2. The 8th, but before we do, Jim DeShays has been working feverishly between innings to prepare our Energy Inside, brought to you by Centerpoint Energy.
Yeah, it's right there in black and white. Tommy Manzella, first career home run coming after the botched double play by the Diamondbacks. And then Brett Myers again, giving you 6 or more innings. He's done it every time. And so far this year, 7 solid innings of work for Myers. And now Brandon Lyons takes the hill.
Verizon Wireless brings you this call to the bullpen, and Lyon has been putting up zeros last 7 games. No runs allowed for 6 innings and 1 hit. Has 1 win and 3 holds in those 7 games. Mark Reynolds, strike 1.
Was giddy up on that heater.
93.
With a little extra as it got to home plate. Little hop.
Little Cinco de Mayo hot sauce. Towering fly ball. Manzella backing. The wind is working it, and Manzella has it. That's 8 straight retired by Myers, who in 7 innings on 6 hits, 2 runs, walking 3, fanning 6, and Lyon. Good finish for Brett Myers. thanks to the glove of Michael Bourne in the 7th inning, and then he pitched Upton tough. LaRoche has grounded out twice and walked.
And he was in that jam in the 4th, allowed 1 run, but stranded a couple base runners. Got Kelly Johnson out to end that inning. So you get into the dugout and you're okay. He's able to tiptoe through that one, and then Stephen Drew starts the very next inning with a leadoff double, and he's right back in it. That can be mentally taxing for a pitcher.
Lyon had his first career outing against Arizona last night. Manzella handles that one too. He was with the Diamondbacks for 4 years, and last night he made quick work of them in the 8th inning of the 1-0 Arizona win. Lyon needed only 12 pitches last night. That's a big part of being a late inning reliever, being able to continue to be available night after night by not laboring too much. Chris Young comes up. He has a double in 3 trips. Manzella backhands and takes care of all 3 of the plays in the 8th inning. That's 10 straight Arizona Diamondback hitters retired in a row, and it's 2-2. BVA, built for success, showing you success of Gerardo Parra as he gets one just off the glove of Carlos Lee and drives in a run with a triple. And then Tommy Manzella reaches those seats with a higher drive. First major league homer in the 2nd inning, 2-1 Houston. And Parra again, an extra base hit. This ties it at 2, a double up the right field line, scoring Young. Great catch by Bourne. Despite some slippage, he hangs in there. And Brett Myers with a hug for the work of Michael Bourne in that 7th inning. Now the bullpen comes in for Arizona.
And that's kind of been the trifecta tonight. Myers, Bourne, and Manzella. Astros just have 3 hits in this ball game. Knotted up here at 2. Aaron Heilman, the veteran right-hander, on for the 13th time this year. No wins, a loss, a 5.06 ERA. You saw him in game 1 of the series.
Corey Sullivan pinch hits for Kevin Cash. And it's strike 1 to Sullivan. Cash struck out looking at both of his at-bats, but he's had a defensive impact on this game, the way he called the game. Quintero's on deck. Pitcher spot due up next. Sullivan looks at it, and it's a strike again, an 0-2 count. Corey was in the starting lineup and got 2 hits as the right fielder Monday night. It's his 3rd start of the year. Heilman usually brings some pretty good sink. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heilman worked in the opener of this series, 1 scoreless inning Monday night in the 9-1 Arizona win. It's 2-2. In fact, the Arizona bullpen has really turned things around in this series. When the series started, Arizona relievers had an ERA of 7.02. They combined for 4 shutout innings Monday night and another 2 1/3 innings last night. Last night they didn't give up a hit. Sullivan fouls it. Still 2-2 as Heilman works in relief of Rodrigo Lopez, who in 7 innings allowed just 3 hits and 2 runs, walking 1, fanning 4. And now it's Matt Lindstrom. Going back to last year, he's converted 18 straight save opportunities. Bottom of the order due up in the Arizona ninth. Parra, Snyder, and the pitcher spot. Sullivan to left, but it's out of play.
Astros score a run here, and then Lindstrom will have an opportunity to get a save. If they don't, and there will be no save opportunity for the home team. And Lindstrom gets the ball in the ninth either way. I think somebody's going to make a play here for us.
Oh, yeah. That's some good teamwork.
Kind of robbed the other guy.
Yeah, but he didn't mind. His teammate caught it. Still an empty seat between, though. Makes you wonder. Sullivan with a roller to second. Whoa, Johnson recovers, throws, and gets him. He took that one off the chest.
Coming back infield, a little shaky here tonight. That's the big advantage of being the second sacker after the bobble. You got that short throw to make. Shortstop doesn't have that luxury.
Now the Astros have switched to Jeff Blum. Quintero was in the on-deck circle. It'll be Blum batting for Brandon Lyon. Blum is 4 for 7 with a homer off Heilman. Lyon leaves after a quick inning. He needed only 5 pitches tonight.
Shouldn't Parra win something for hitting that ball off the Corona sign on Cinco de Mayo?
He really should.
Get a case of beer or something for that?
Yeah, he should get something. Blummer's hitting .319. That's a good pitch at 83. Starts him with a change for strike 1. Jeff, as a pinch hitter, is 3 for 6 with 3 runs batted in.
Well, Brad Mills clearly going for it here. Some managers in a tie game late like this, they're thinking about conserving their resources, but pinch hitting Sullivan, now Blum, you hit for cash, so you're going to have to use Q, even though he's not hitting here. And again, you've lost 8 in a row for the second time this year.
LaRoche tossing to Heilman, takes care of the second out.
The manager, sometimes they identify, when they feel like their best opportunity to win the game is. He's already used Lyon. He's got Lindstrom heating up, so he probably figures he can get 1, maybe 2 from Lindstrom tonight.
Well, Phil Garner used to tell us, I don't figure on extra innings. I try to win in 9. Michael Bourne's 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a line drive to left. He hit that ball well last time up. Strike 1. Adams is in on the grass at third. One ball and 1 strike for Aaron Heilman. It's 1-2.
That's a devastating changeup he's got down with the split finger pitch. I'm guessing that's what it is. He really sells it with the arm action. Real quick hand, hitter sees fastball. And 12 miles an hour off with the fastball with great movement.
Not been shy about using it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Heilman is 6'5", a first-round pick of the Mets back in 01. Moved along to Seattle and Chicago. He pitched 70 times last year for the Cubs. He was traded to Arizona for a couple of prospects over the winter. And he gets a strikeout. Now this game moves to the 9th inning, tied 2-2. By the Progressive Insurance Group and by Southwest Airlines. Beautiful night in Houston and quite an engaging baseball game. That's at KBR Plaza with Biggio and Bagwell statues outside. We have changes now for the Astros. They are straight up changes in the batting order. Humberto Quintero is the catcher. He'll bat 8th. And the new pitcher is the closer, Matt Lindstrom, batting 9th. Brandon Lyon made quick work in 5 pitches of the D-backs in the 8th inning. Those are the numbers on Lindstrom.
Yeah, off to a great start in his Astro career. Working for the 12th time, 6 for 6 in save opportunities. This is not one, of course, tie ball game. And he's got the bottom of the order, but this bottom of the order is a little better than most. Parr's having a nice night. Triple and a double. Snyder's on deck. He's dangerous.
Parra takes ball 1 from Lindstrom.
And no doubt a pinch hitter for Heilman.
Lindstrom had a 1-2-3 ninth last night with 3 ground ball outs. He got Parra on one of those grounders. Juan Gutierrez working for Arizona in the bullpen. It's 2-0. Lindstrom in his last 5 games has an ERA of 0. Covering 5 innings. He has 3 saves in those last 5 games. Two balls, a strike. A closer on a team in an 8-game losing streak usually has to really struggle to get some work.
That's one of the challenges for a manager, to make sure he gets work for his late inning guys that he normally uses to protect leads when you don't have leads. You have to make sure they stay sharp, but you're always wary of using them too much, because tomorrow night might be the night that you finally have a lead to protect and you don't want to run a tired pitcher out there.
Parra taps one. Berkman charging with the flip, and Lindstrom got the bag. He was trying to get it with his right foot, but the timing wasn't quite perfect on that play, and Lindstrom's footwork was thrown off.
It looked like it took a little while to get it out, but then a good backhanded flip to give Lindstrom a chance to catch it, and then do a little dance step there to get the bag. Well, that's what you're just kind of hoping and feeling for it. You're not sure. You don't have time to look down. You got the ball. Where's that bag? Oh man, that was close.
Let's see, 2 feet equal 1 out. That was close. What is it in football? 1 knee equals 2 feet. Chris.
Is that the rule?
I don't know. Snyder's the batter. He's walked twice and struck out. There's ball one.
I just know the ground can't cause a fumble.
Yeah, we've heard that.
And that Hockley's got real big guns.
Rusty Riles in the on-deck circle. Through the left side. No. Feliz spins, throws high, sails it. And now Berkman chases it down. Well, Feliz was able to reach out and snag that grounder, which was headed off the bat of Snyder for left field. But then he whirled around and threw wildly to first.
It's very difficult to regain your balance and make an accurate throw there. Lunging to get the ball. And with Snyder going down the line, an accurate throw probably gets him. That's clearly an infield hit. And thankfully for the Astros, it stays in play.
And Rusty Ryle is announced as the pinch hitter for Heilman. Heilman in one inning, allowing no hits, no runs, no walks, one strikeout. Ryle gets one through the left side into left field. Snyder to second base and back-to-back singles. They have Johnson coming up now with one out.
Yeah, I think pinch run time now for Snyder now that he's in scoring position. Talked about Brad Mills in go-for-it mode. This is the time with one out. Base hit gives you the lead, maybe the win. A.J. Hinch going to pinch run.
Augie Ojeda coming in to run. Two men on now, and it's Kelly Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 4 tonight.
And Johnson, pretty good fastball hitter. This is a bit of a scary matchup.
Slice foul, strike one. Lindstrom did not face Johnson last night. Johnson is 1 for 2 against Lindstrom in his career, with a couple of walks thrown in.
These late inning relievers pitch under so much pressure. 8th, 9th inning guys that tie games. They're trying to protect 1-run leads. I don't know if it's possible to have more pressure because it's during an 8-game losing streak. It's hard to say. I just think there's immense pressure on these guys every time they take the mound. Unless they're just in there in a blowout game to get a little work.
Gutierrez and Qualls in the D-backs pen. Johnson takes a breaking pitch to make it 1-2. Matsui, Lee, and Berkman are due up in the Houston ninth. So they may be preparing Gutierrez if it's tied, and Qualls if they have the lead. Foul ball keeps the count of 1-2 for Kelly Johnson.
Pretty quick. It looks to me like he handles the low ball better than the high ball with that swing, a little bit of an uppercut swing.
Johnson's been on base in 23 of his 25 games.
Not getting a whole lot of support there.
He again takes the breaking pitch, and it's 2-2.
Pretty much fastball slider from Lindstrom. He'll give you a couple different looks with his fastball. He's got a 4-seamer, a little kind of riding action on it, and then the 2-seamer will get pretty good sinking action on.
Fly ball goes foul up the right field line. Happy little guy down there. Kelly Johnson continues to battle with a count 2-2. Taps it back to the pitcher. Lindstrom. Manzella. Bergman double play. Tremendous job by Manzella, who gets up slowly. He was dumped. Well, what a beautiful pivot. And Ryle dumped him. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and it's tied 2-2. The catching now. Astros catching the warm-up tosses. A former Astro, Juan Gutierrez, the 26-year-old right-hander, who's 0-3 with a 5.84 ERA.
We saw Juan last night working inning in the third of scoreless baseball. And a little bit of a bumpy ride for him so far this year through 12 appearances. 0-3 record, high ERA.
Came in last night with 2 outs in the 7th inning and a man on base. Got Carlos Lee. Then he had a 1-2-3-8 and struck out a pair. Bobby's ready to dance up there on the train. And Matsui goes to the plate. Matsui 0 for 3. Then Lee is on deck. And Berkman's due up third here in the home ninth. Showing bunt. He takes ball 1. Gutierrez was traded along with Chad Qualls and Chris Burke to Arizona in December of 2007 for Jose Valverde. And last year he pitched 65 times for the Diamondbacks. Matsui runs up on that one and takes the ball to make it 2-0. The Astros have not had an at-bat with a runner in scoring position tonight. The Diamondbacks are 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Just the 3 hits. Lopez walked only 1. Have not had a lot of traffic. Major league leader in 3 up, 3 down innings, so they've added that tonight. But it sent everybody home happy with 1 swing of the bat.
That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Matsui has walked 3 times this season. Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Second walk of the night by Diamondback pitching.
Hester, the catcher, 0 for 7 throwing out base stealers. I don't know that they were trying to have nobody out. This is not a bunt situation, folks. I know a lot of people think, hey, he's got a bunt. 9th inning, man on first. Well, that's, you know, Carlos is hitting the buck something. Not going to take the bat out of his hands. I don't think.
Gutierrez got him out last night. Carlos is 1 for 3 against Juan. High drive, left field. El Caballo is watching it go for a game winner. Home run number 1 for Carlos Lee, ending a long home run drought for Lee and sending the Astros home winners 4-2.
Does it in dramatic fashion. That's why you don't take the bat out of his hands. Oh, boy, does that feel sweet. Not just for him, for the whole lot of them.
40 games since his last long ball last year. And the last Astro walk-off homer was last June from Miguel Tejada. Now Carlos Lee does it.
And he didn't have to sweat it out as soon as he hit it. He knew it. Because I remember that feeling. Over the train tracks. Yeah. Enjoy it, big fella.
What a moment for Carlos Lee.
Obviously happy about the win, but very happy that Carlos was the man who got it done, too. They were obviously feeling his pain.
Let's go to Greg Lucas.
Well, Carlos Lee, it was a big moment for home run number 1.
Yeah, couldn't come in a better time than that. And, man, I'm just happy that we won a game.
Well, it was great after losing 8 straight. You know, a lot of people don't realize it. You've been actually hitting the ball a lot better lately, just not with the big blast, and that was a big one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been real hard. You know, I've been hitting balls like foul ball by 2 inches, hard at somebody, diving catches. I mean, longer I keep hitting it, good. I mean, I'll be okay.
Have you ever had a start, though, that's been this frustrating?
No, never.
Okay, well, it's over now, right?
It is frustrating.
The over part's over now.
I hope so.
Okay, hey, congratulations on the big blast. Everyone that's stuck around, happy to see it, and the Astros maybe can start winning a few.
Okay, thank you.
Carlos Lee has been with us. Thanks a lot, Carlos. Let's go back upstairs.
Greg, it had been 154 at-bats since his last homer, September 16th of last year at Cincinnati, off Justin Lear, and this one is a great moment now, snapping the 8-game losing streak. Houston 4, Arizona 2.